Welcome to Joe Newton online class. In this particular class, I want us to discuss a topic known as linear inequalities, which is a topic in mathematics. So the subject under discussion here is mathematics. Now, what do you mean by the concept inequalities in mathematics? So it simply means a comparison between two quantities that are not equal, which means that either that one is greater than the other, or that the other is what? Less than the other, or that the other is greater than or equals to what the other one is, or the other one is what? Less than or equal to, but they are not equal, as we have in linear equations. So under linear equation, we are talking about balancing both sides of an equation in which the two variables or two quantities are equal, but in this case they are not equal, even though the approach in the solution is the same thing with the way we solve our linear equations. So there is no difference. The only difference lies in a situation where the coefficient of the unknown variable, say it x or y, is negative. In that condition, for you to get the value, you have to change the sign, which we are going to see practically in the examples stated on the board. Now, look at it. Now, these are the symbols. These are the signs of inequalities. So this sign means greater than, like we explained in primary basic education, greater than. Then this one means what? Less than. This is less than. Okay. Now, when you have this, you have greater than or equal to. That is it. Then this one, you have less than or equal to. That is it for this. So these are the symbols. Then let's have an example, a question. So the question says, solve these inequalities and present answers graphically. So we can also present the answer or the solution of our inequalities in a linear graph using the number line to show the range of values, because the inequalities are not equal, the answers are always a statement of a range of values. That is it. Okay. Now number one says 3x plus 2 is greater than 14. The number 2, 2x minus 2 is greater than or equals to 6x plus 8. Now let's solve quickly. The number one says that 3x plus 2 is greater than 14. Simple. So in this case, don't put the sign of equality here. This sign is not needed at all in this work. So we have 3x is greater than 14. This crossover becomes minus, like we do in our ordinary equation. So that 3x is greater than 14 minus this is what? 12. In this case, we have that our x is greater than 12 over 3. Therefore, our x is greater than 4. That's our answer. So our answer here is that our x is greater than 4. Now, the graph. For the graph, this is what you have. You make a number line so that this is 0. Let here be 4. Let here be negative 4. Negative 4. We may not be listing on the numbers. In a number line here, the right direction here shows positive. That is increasing side. While the left direction shows negative, decreasing size or decreasing values, range of values. So, but our answer says that x is greater than what? 4. So this is greater than, this is less than. So here is 4. So x is greater than 4, which means x is any value in this range. X is any value in this range. X is greater than 4. So that's the answer in graph. So this symbolizes that this represents this solution, that x could be any value, any value more than 4. This is a range of values. So it is to infinity. The value of x could be 5, could be 6, could be 7. They are all the integers after 4. It could be 6, could be 7, could be 8, could be 9, and continues. So x is greater than what? 4. So that's why it's pointing towards this direction, towards positive side, towards direction of this. This is greater than. So then look at this. This thing has no shading. Because here is this circle, small circle here has no shading. It shows that the only sign we have is the singular sign of greater than. There's nothing like or equal to there. So that's why it is open here. So this is how to present the answer graphically. Then let's look at number 2. Number 2 says that 2x minus 2 is greater than or equals to 6x plus 8. Then quickly we solve this. That will give us 2x, 6x come this become minus 6x is greater than or equals to 8. This one go over becomes plus 2. So we have that 2x minus 6x have minus 4x is greater than or equals to 8 plus 2, 10. Then at this point, when I was explaining, when the coefficient of x or the unknown variable x or y is negative, then the sign of inequality must change, but there's a change of range of value because this is negative. But if the other side, the known variable, the constant, then the value, the number is negative, it doesn't affect the solution, the change of the sign. But the sign is changed only when the unknown, the coefficient of the unknown variable x is what or y is negative, then you must change the sign. That's the only distinction or difference between solving linear inequality and the ordinary linear equation of balancing. So in this case, now change the sign here because of this. So in this case, we have that. Therefore, we have that x, you see, we change the sign. You see what we do? We change the sign. S is less than or equals to 10 over minus 4. And that will give us that 10 over minus 4. That will give us x is less than or equals to, when 10 divided by minus 4, by 4, 10 over minus 4, simply give us 5 over minus 2, and 2 divide 5 give us minus 2 whole number 1 over 2, that's 2.5. So s is less than minus 2 whole number 1 over 2. That's what we get. So x is less than or equal to minus 2 whole number 1 over 2. Look at the signs here. So in this case now, to put our answer on number line, we have to put the answer on number line. So the second answer on number line, we have this. Our number line. So we have our 0 here, and we have here to the positive 2 whole number 1 over 2. We have this side negative 2 whole number 1 over 2. So, and I want to say that x is less than or equals to minus 2 whole number 1 over 2. So in this case, this is where we start, minus 2 over 1 over 2. S is less than, or you have to shed this. Move. So that's our value. So in this case, our x is less than or equals to minus 2 whole number 1 over 2. That's our answer. So you can see how to present this answer. Here is open in this case because we have only singular sign. But here is what shaded because we have double sign of what? Less than or equal to. So, and you see that the arrow goes negative because it is less than. Not because of this negative sign, but because the value says less than. That's why the arrow points towards the left, which is decreasing side, or decreasing range of values, which means the value of s could be anything minus 3.5, or minus 3, minus 3.5, minus 4, and so on down. So all those negative values below this, the value of s could be this or any of those minus, because the value of x in this case include this. This less than or equals to means that the value of this s include this particular quantity, minus 2.5, or any other value less than minus 2.5. But in this case, the value of x does not include 4. The value of s is specifically greater than what? 4. So it could be any other integers, 5, 6, and so on. But here, when you have less than or equals to or greater than or equals to, it means that that particular value or that particular quantity is inclusive in the value of the unknown variable. So thank you for paying attention. I believe with this explanation, you'll be able to tackle similar questions involving linear inequalities. So for more of these solutions in mathematics and physics, you contact me through my contact line here. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel at Newton Online Class. God bless.